Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Under Embargo with Chelsea. Today we continue our youth spotlight. We'll pretty much be doing this in every episode of the entire save because the list I've been given is beautiful and large. Today we're on Ian Martsen. I'm guessing Martsen. He's a Dutchman, a Dutch left back, complete wing back in fact. So in theory, he's down the pecking order a bit as we speak, but, behind the likes of Emerson and Alonso, I probably wouldn't play Azpilicueta at left back. So, arguably, Martsen is probably our third choice left back at the moment. He's not probably going to get much of an opportunity this year, barring an injury to Emerson or Marcus Alonso. You'll notice Emerson now rated 4 stars. People are saying that this guy really does pick up this year, and you were right. As well as Tammy Abraham is now rated 4.5 stars, or he was in one of the scout reports I saw, which is brilliant. I got a news report basically saying he's made a remarkable improvement, and that his exposure to first team football has been the main key for that. And let's face it, the guy's the top scorer in the Premier League right now. So yeah, we've at least managed to get the best out of Tammy Abraham this year. I can foresee him getting 30 goals in total this year, and that would be really, really nice. And in addition to that, we drew PSG in the Champions League. That's an annoying one. We're going to have to really go toe-to-toe with them and hope that the home match is really going to be key for us. I feel like we've got the ability to score goals, though. And in the Champions League, sometimes that's quite important, because if you can get battered like we did against Atletico, but score 4 away goals, that makes those 1-0 wins at home, when you really do grind it out, that much more important. And I think that could really help us. First up, though, disappointing one away at Arsenal. This was always going to be an incredibly tough match. They're at top of the league, unbeaten, and had won, I think, all but 2 of their matches this season, just trouncing everybody in their weight, winning away at the bigger sides around them too. They were just beating everybody. They had 27 shots on target in this game. Now, fair enough, they were shooting from range. Didn't create a great deal of opportunities compared to us, but at the end of the day, they're just so powerful in this game. It is unbelievable. Their players were just winning things that you're like, how are you doing that? And unfortunately, in the end, it caught us. Nicolas Pepe had a shot at the near post. It was bundled into the back of the net by Kepa, unfortunately. It just wasn't quite to be. But then, I thought we'd bailed ourselves out, and Reece James scored a brilliant equaliser on the 82nd minute. And I was like, right, let's just shut up shop, get ourselves a 1-1 draw, and get away with this here. But unfortunately, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was able to, he played through and he actually did score a 1-on-1. And then the tiredness was really creeping in as we put in a really poor performance against Norwich and were so unbelievably fortunate to win this game. Alonso's wondrous strike, and I'll show you it in a sec as well in 3D for all its glory, and then they missed a penalty as well. They were actually genuinely much the better side in this game, and we had a relatively rotated side, I'd say, in certain areas, but even so, we should be playing better against Norwich. So let's show you in all its glory here. Ball across. Eventually it's going to come across to Marcus Alonso, and he's just going to ping one in the top corner. What an absolute thunderbolt. I would have slowed it down, but we have to mess with it all. But that was the winner for us on the night. We rode our luck massively, but another clean sheet. We still look pretty solid at the back. But more important than that is the fact that we're now level on points with Liverpool. They got a 2-2 draw still away at Manchester City. They were behind until the latter stages and unfortunately pulled it back. If they'd have not scored that goal, we would have gone into 4th, but they do have an extra game in hand because they've been at the Club World Cup and that. So we're carrying on our part of the bargain. United did lose the Manchester derby, but they're still bloody good. And we're sort of pulling ourselves back into the race with those teams. Mainly Liverpool, really. Goal difference is looking pretty healthy, but it's just such an insanely... Arsenal right now are on for a 100-point season. Manchester City right now could also be close to being on a 100-point season. And Man United right now are on for like a 90-something point season. It is insanity towards the top of the league. Liverpool are the only ones falling away, and they've still only lost once. Yeah, we're still going to have to do our best and just keep plugging away, seeing what we can come up with at the end of the year. I want to be pushing for like 85 points if we can, but it's games like today against Manchester City that make all the difference. And I just have a feeling it's going to be like the Arsenal game, where they just score goal after goal after goal. Now, with the early kickoff today, there's a lot of games later on. Liverpool hosting Burnley, so you feel like they're going to win that almost certainly. Wolves again hosting Watford, they're probably going to win that too. United play Tottenham, and Arsenal will almost certainly beat Everton and Everton beat Leicester as well. Right, massive changes are definitely needed for this game. We rested a lot of players out for the last one. We kind of had to. They're so close together. And look at some of this. Pulisic, unfortunately, is going to have to miss this one. I just can't see him playing. Willian will almost certainly be the man for it. I know he's not got the full match fitness, but we need someone in there. I think Pedro was rested out the last game, so he should be sort of fit enough. Tammy Abraham again, but like Batshuayi is not much better. Although, actually, that being said, I think we're going to have to start Batshuayi. Tammy Abraham at 82% fitness. We can't afford an injury to him. That's the key thing. Azpilicueta picked up a knock in the last game too. Reece James will come back in. Marcus Alonso will come out. Ooh, is he 4.5 star rated now, Emerson? Very nice. And Rudiger and Christensen, maybe we could drop Rudiger. But honestly, they're both... I just think we've got to go with the strongest lineup for this match. Watford, we could maybe rest players, but we just have to go with our strongest team. Surely City should be knackered too. Oh yeah, but one thing we can do though is bring Kante back in. That's at least having him back and firing and fresh is going to be nice. Let's move that bench around a little bit, freshen things up. So yeah, Alonso, Tomori, Mount, Jorginho, Zuma, Hudson-Odoi, and Tammy Abraham. If we're desperate, we can bring him on, but I don't know. I just don't know. But you can tell that they've had to dig a little bit deep. You know, they've got Angelino starting. Savic is in there as well. Rest of the team, though, is pretty bloody strong. There's no Aguero either. Or Bernardo Silva. And I know it sounds weird me saying, like, we've got to take what we can, but we kind of do. Those top three, specifically, teams are just in a league of their own at the moment. It's actually crazy how it feels a little bit like the game is a tiny little bit unbalanced at the moment, where the very best teams are winning every single game, basically, and the very worst teams are practically losing every single game. And it seems to be, there's very few upsets on the cards, it would seem. Like, we've won virtually all the games we were expected to, and all the struggling ones we've kind of lost or got points against. It's, yeah. See what we can do. Maybe we'll pull off the first one of these little upset results. Who knows? Willian is going to be a... Oh, hello. Giroud's already through. Oh, my God. That was an actual chance. I mean, difficult to get the shot away there, but we create something straight away. Can Emerson deliver a beautiful goal for us? And Batshuayi with a chance as well. Oh, well played. Go on, breakaway. Giroud. He's not got the pace, but we need to have someone make the run for him. Batshuayi's in. He'll probably miss. Oh, come on. Not only did he miss the one-on-one, but he managed to hit the post in the process too. The double whammy of nonsense. We've actually kind of started this game like a team that thinks it could potentially do something. Now, obviously, City are going to have loads of the ball because they're City, and that's what they do. But... Sure. Why not? Why not? I don't believe that. I mean, I thought we'd kind of dealt with this, and then Jesus just takes an early strike, and then... Oh, I love the way the defenders aren't even really trying to stop that. They're just sort of... Oh, God almighty. It's enough to make you want to just sit there with a shoot on sight on the entire game, but, like, it's just not fun, is it? Well won by Kante. Oh, he's lost it again, though. It's good to have him back in the midfield, though. Oh, here we go. Pedro. Batshuayi. Look out wide. Giroud. Round the side for Willian. We need a good ball in. Maybe he can find one. He does. Pedro! It boggles my goddamn mind. Emerson and Giroud, and it's saved as well. Well, half-time, and we're losing to that. The chances were there for us, in all honesty. Willian's actually done a really decent job so far. Reece James, not quite so much. I don't know where to go from here, unfortunately, other than throw it on attacking for the second half. We kind of got to. It's the only thing I can think. We've just got to push a bit more. We knew they were going to have a lot of the ball, but they've had... 50% of their shots have been from range. Admittedly, some of ours have been too. But we've also created some good chances. They haven't really. I feel like we are missing Tammy Abraham quite a lot. Batshuayi's got into some decent positions, and Giroud has as well, but we're just missing that little cutting edge that Abraham gives us. Silva. Angelino. Silva. Oh, what a save from Kepa. That's better. Getting that ball out wide. Alonso's going to need to... Oh, that's a bit better. Willian will always look to cut inside, so that's definitely going to create some opportunities like that. And maybe Marcus Alonso. Go on, lad. Oh, and a great save. Really good strike. That's an interesting choice. Batshuayi could knock this back inside for someone, though. He finds Marcus Alonso. And Kovacic. Oh, no. He's kept it in. Willian. And Pedro. And Marcus Alonso. Just for the late surge in this game to try and bring him in. Christensen does really well, but Giroud actually does really well. Pedro. Batshuayi in the side. Maybe you can find a cross for someone, perhaps. He has, you know. Giroud! Yes! Come on! Chelsea won. Manchester City won. I don't think that counts as a one-on-one, in all honesty. That's probably why it went in. It was more of a crossing situation. Batshuayi did a sort of Tammy Abraham kind of run, where he made that wide run and made himself like an extra winger for a bit. But this is a wonderful early ball. Beautiful run from Olivier Giroud. Just gets in ahead of the goalkeeper there. And it is Chelsea 1, Manchester City 1. We've got the equaliser. Come on! Yeah, no, I think I'm actually going to make that change now and get Tomori on, because he's a better defensive player, I think, than Reece James. And Batshuayi's doing okay. He's not exactly flagging. And I think we've got to concentrate on keeping players fresh in this game more than anything else. Particularly as Batshuayi did create our goal. So, oh God, Aguero's on. Right, let's have a look at the... are we going to just let him come all the way through? Giroud, he's got to look over the top and soon. He's found it. It's a bit wide for Batshuayi. He might still get a shot in. No, he's going to hold onto the ball a little bit. Marcus Alonso now. Oh! Why is he shooting from there? Because I think if we sit off of City too much, that we're going to give him more space. Kovacic. Hudson-Odoi's through. Can he finish? Blocked. Another good opportunity. Maybe just gets out of his feet a bit faster. He's taking it quickly. And Giroud's picked it up, you know. Hudson-Odoi. Into the channel for Olivier Giroud. Can he square it? Oh, what a save from Ederson there at the final moment there. I don't think that was ever going to go in, but... And there we go. Chelsea 1, City 1. Honestly, that's probably the best performance we've put up against one of the big sides for a while. We had to ride our luck a little bit at times. Created some really good chances in this match, though. That's a pretty good point, I've got to say. It keeps us moving and it pushes us back into 4th place. So, nothing else. That is a good result, really. We haven't we've gained a point off of one of the teams above us, and that's all we can really ask for right about now, considering we couldn't do it against Arsenal. Anyway, let's go out against Watford and see what we're capable of in that game. Hopefully we'll have to grind out another result, but I'm a bit worried about the injury. Right then, we're back. It's Watford today. Manchester United are away at Norwich, but you feel like they'll probably win that, as all the other teams have still won all their games. Arsenal are at the halfway stage now and have won 17 out of 19 with 2 draws. That's just insane. But also, I got a news article through about players whose contracts are expiring at the end of the season. But there were 3 players on that list who I'd given new contracts to earlier this season. Pedro, Willian, and Giroud. I even talked about it in an episode. But the thing is, I checked on them. They've got the wages that I offered them, but the contract date has not actually updated to say that... Yeah, and one of them I even triggered an extension on, and it didn't update the end of the contract. So I don't know what's going on with that. I think there's a glitch in the contracts or something. I don't know, because I've never seen that before. I wouldn't have just given them more money for the rest of the year. So that makes no sense. It's like the game didn't update their contract end date, and now it says that they're all expiring at the end of the year, but I've given them more money. So I might have to look into that and give them even more money, which is a pain in the arse, but it means I could probably get Willian to stop complaining if I change his squad status. But that's a bit of a frustrating one. I guess beta. Now, we've got West Ham in the FA Cup at the weekend as well, which isn't exactly a great tie to get in the 3rd round, is it? A Premier League team, but that's just the luck of the draw right now. So I'm actually going to do a quick pick. I'll do the selection advice, and then we'll go from there, because I want to just rotate this around a lot. So we're going to use suggested squad. I'm not putting Loftus-Cheek. I know some people said that was a good idea, but I feel like I could definitely get away with playing Olivier Giroud there. He's done all right. Hudson-Odoi or Pedro. I might be tempted to start Hudson-Odoi today, though. Pulisic is back now. That's fine. Jorginho and Kante. I'm happy to go with that in the midfield, particularly the rest things. Or do we want to go Mason Mount? Mason Mount's actually performed better than Jorginho, so I'd be prepared to give him a chance. Maybe even Loftus-Cheek. I think he wouldn't mind going there too, actually. We might try him out there too at some point. The back 2, Rudiger should be fit again by now. Wow, he's still... Or did he start last game, didn't he? What am I talking about? Emerson and James, I think that's the best bet for us. We've just got to go out there against Watford and... do we go to attacking from the very start? I think we kind of have to, really, don't we? So direct from kickoff, we're going to jump straight to attacking. I know it's away from home, but we need to go and get the victory here again, because we need to be able to leapfrog back over Liverpool again, albeit with games in hand that they'd have, but I'd rather have the points on the board, you know? And you can see Arsenal with 53 points on the board at the halfway stage of the season is utterly mental. And the fact that City and United have got 48 points on the board at the halfway stage. They're all nearly on for 100-point seasons. Emerson. It's great to have him back in the team, though. Abraham's in behind. No way! Is that... Yeah, no, sorry. He scored a one-on-one. It's happened. You've seen it happen. Emerson with a lovely ball into the channel for Tammy Abraham, and we lead after 2 minutes. Maybe it's because it was wider. Doesn't count as a one-on-one as much. That is still an absolutely terrific finish from Tammy Abraham off the post. 16th of the year, 12th in the league. Come on. Couldn't have really asked for a better start to the game. Lovely ball from Emerson, and then Tammy Abraham scores a bloody one-on-one chance. What more do you want? Norwich are beating Manchester United as well. That kind of helps too. Emerson again. He's so good. He's going all the way through. Oh, and Giroud should be scoring that. So lots of players around. This looks like the type of setup where the floodgates have opened potentially early in this one, whereas it took us a long time to break down Southampton. Watford are going to have to come at us a bit now. Emerson again. What's he thinking this time? Go short for Hudson-Odoi. Giroud. Pulisic. Oh my goodness. This feels like a kind of game where we could run up a cricket score. Holovas. All the way across. That's a nice ball for Jan, that. Oh my god. Are you serious, guys? That was poor from us. We've got to be better than that. Simple as that, really. Took the lead, created some opportunities, but that's just really weird the way that ball curls away there. But we don't get them closed down. I don't know what the defender's doing there. Good ball in. Danny Welbeck. Yeah, bad defending in general, that one, unfortunately. Win it. Oh, come on. Are you serious? I know I say are you serious a lot. I have been lately. But the way some of these goals go in, it's insane. The ones that are particularly galling are the ones from defensive clearances. The first time strikes from defensive clearances are super powerful to a ridiculous level. Well, I proper jinxed it when I said that it was going to be a potential cricket score, because it's just completely flipped on us. Just out of absolutely nowhere. Pulisic. Saved by Foster. Mason Mount has lost the ball so much today. It's actually embarrassing how many times he's been caught in possession when we wouldn't normally be. It kind of just feels like everything's kind of catching up with us. We got a very lucky win against Norwich, and today it has just not been the case for us. We've just not been very good. Still created some decent chances, but I'm concerned about Mason Mount. It's also just occurred to me that we only lost that Manchester City game because of that Jesus strike. Okay, the pressure's mounting a little bit more now. I think Mason Mount's going to be coming off soon, though. Emerson, we need one of his trademark beautiful passes. There it is, potentially. And Hudson... And it is a frustrating one, because, again, the chances have been pretty solid. And Emerson, oh, why aren't you crossing it? All right, we've gone very attacking. We've kind of got to now. Final 10 minutes. I don't see us pulling off another miracle like we did against Sheffield United. That was an absolute craziness. Jorginho. He might... You know, Giroud! Yeah, he's offside. He's offside. Oh, that's the kind of chance I wanted to see us create there, but it was offside. We started the game so well, created opportunities, and then just shat the bed. Because, as usual, we can't take our chances. Frustrating, but when you can see the goals in the way that we did, and don't score the chances when we get them, that's what's going to happen, unfortunately. I knew the one-on-one was too good to be true earlier in that match. That's a shame. That's the worst result we've had since the Newcastle game earlier this season. You're going to get them, but we can't afford to be as inconsistent as that, unfortunately. We go from getting a brilliant result against Manchester City to really pull ourselves in to then that. And now, in theory, Wolves could go to within 2 points of us with a couple of wins, so it's not looking the best in there. We're still 2 points behind Liverpool, but they've got 2 games in hand on us now. It's still a long way to go this season, and we're still at least in the fight, but that's a poor result. And, you know, the defeat to Arsenal, draw with City. Now, this defeat to Watford, that one stings, though. Well, I think that makes perfectly for a nice live com against Liverpool in the next one. We'll do a bit more of a... We'll do a single live com for the first time in quite a long time, because that way we can do a nice off-camera game before the Paris Saint-Germain game as well. So, if you've enjoyed this episode, in spite of the... I mean, it's a great result against City, but then the Watford one, just piss poor, unfortunately. Drop a like, that'd be excellent. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We'll have some updates on youth soon, hopefully, as well. And also, maybe going after Haaland. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.